Alright, welcome back, everybody. Good grief, that is gonna sound fucking retarded. I was going to say something and then it just fell from my mind, and then it became that long pregnant pause there for dramatic effect, which in this case became a retard effect. Anyway, this episode is being uploaded a bit late. We recorded this week before this one, and I don't fucking know. I just got it through my head that I was going to do some sort of single podcast as well, where it was just me speaking, and I was dead set on just fucking getting that one done before I published this one. I've been trying to record that shit 6 times now, and 2 hours a piece. So I've wasted fucking 12 hours on a fucking podcast that I can't seem to find the flow in. So I just figured I'll bore you here instead. There was someone on Twitter that's following the Twitter for the podcast for the sake of the podcast. I have a suspicion of who this person might be, but this person asked me about all the shit posting that I did last weekend, which is involved with a fucking hashtag that is poking fun at loads of shit that you're not supposed to poke fun at, and I find it fucking hilarious. But anyway, long story short, conservative journalist Milo Yiannopoulos, who's also a self-described dangerous faggot, I shit you not, he lost his verification on Twitter for some trumped up charges, which nothing have been proven. There's not been any substantiated claim. There's no reference to what he have done that have broken the policy code behind this shit. But he got that removed, and I don't know who it was who came up with the fucking idea, but you would suspect it is him. If you don't know who this guy is, just fucking check out any of his videos that he's featured in on YouTube. Just Google search Milo Yiannopoulos. That is Yiannopoulos, I think. I'm a bit wasted, so I can't really follow my train of thoughts properly. I haven't smoked since like yesterday, and yeah, I'm fucking bankrupt, so I had to sit down and just scrape out my old grinder, which was fucking disgusting. I haven't used that one in a while. I gave it to one of my roommates, and he's been grinding tobacco in it as well. And then I scraped my new grinder for all the keef and all the fucking spare, the lost pieces of the nugs that you grind up. And then as the disgusting shit that I am sometimes, I found an old like leather binder that I used to have like a notebook in. I bought it for like $2 at his bookshop once, and I thought it looked fucking cool. Then it turned out that it was more bothersome to have this shit than just keep everything loose in my bag, so I decided to turn this one into my portable rolling table, which I think I might continue doing now that I have an actual rolling table as well. I just gotta get some shit in order. But anyway, I used to have this shit as a rolling table, especially when I was at friends' places and we smoked together. And I found this shit, and I opened it up, and it was like a year-old bag with fucking nug crumbs that I forced out of this fucking piece of shit bag. Then I found my old basically collection paper, because I didn't want, fucking shavings to fly about in my backpack. It's a legal risk. Even though I'm doing what I'm doing legally in the US, I am not going to go in further on that. But I found old fucking shavings, old weed shavings, and I fucking used that. I don't know, I feel like I'm a fucking teenager right now. I'm fucking disgusting sometimes. But anyway, I was talking about Milo Yiannopoulos. He's basically become like the hero for men in this day and age, this very strange day and age. Which is why he has gotten such a big fucking following. And as he lost his fucking verification, we all know that follows him and thinks he's funny first and foremost. We all know that he tries to be fucking outrageous, and he even fucking admits to it for any of the people that haven't taken part of all of the fucking internet drama. Fucking hell. There's a reason why I follow this shit. It's because I've decided since a long time ago that I'm going to live without a fucking television. I mean, I have a television that I play video games on, but that's about it, and I barely have time for that anyway, so it's usually just watching YouTube videos, sitting on the bus, and in all of this shit, someone, I do believe it, that it was him. If it wasn't, I don't really care. Just don't quote me on anything. But a fucking hashtag was started to fight against this, and I decided to join in because of fucking principle. I'm not a very principled person, but I do think that freedom of speech is some of the most important shit that we have on this planet. And without that, we are basically back to the days where we were owned by the state. And I think that's fucking horrible. So anyway, when Twitter decided to take that away, someone started the hashtag Jesuit Milo, which is fucking hilarious on several levels. And basically, we decided to shit post with that fucking hashtag for the entire last weekend, and people still do it, but more casually. It's not a push of fucking shit posting, but it was it proved to me that the internet is still fucking awesome, which is why I've decided to not publish the solo attempts on my podcast, because it's not good at all, so just do it as a short commentary here instead. But basically, it was trending for 2 days straight, I think, and Twitter tried to sabotage it by removing the autocomplete function that they have for most hashtags, and people didn't give a shit. I mean, if you're fucking smart about it, you just copy and paste this shit. And I don't really know when it stopped fucking trending on Twitter, but I do think that Twitter decided to fucking to take it away prematurely. I have nothing to back up that claim, so if you quote me on that, I'm putting it on you. I'm not fucking responsible for that shit. Anyway, what has happened then is that Twitter's stock has dropped down beneath $20 per share, and it doesn't look as if it's going to recover. And it's the usual shit between all of these fucking crazy YouTube feminists and Twitter feminists that is going on about all of this shit. And it's coming up this weekend again anyway. And I do hope that everyone will take some time out of the weekend to shit post a bit on Twitter. Just make a Twitter account, follow Milo Yiannopoulos. Here's the rules of it, plain and simple. You change your Twitter handle, no, not the handle, I don't know all of this shit, I'm new to Twitter, but you change your profile name to Milo Yiannopoulos. You take his picture and put on yours. Then you follow everyone who has the profile name of Milo Yiannopoulos, including the original, and then you just shit post everything, re-shit post everything in the fucking hashtag. You just go through it, find the shit that you fucking like it, follow people, and they usually follow back as well. This is just a fun time. And I mean, to have a good reason to shit post, there's loads of things that this guy does and says that I disagree with personally, but we are united in the fact that we both believe passionately in the principle behind freedom of speech. So, if anyone, I don't give a shit if you are a left-winger, right-winger, authoritarian or libertarian. I don't really care. If you believe in freedom of speech, if you value your right to express whatever the fuck you want to express, just create a Twitter account and spend some time shit posting. And if you already have a Twitter account, just change your picture and your name and just fucking have fun, because I haven't had this fun since I discovered fucking internet porn. There was something else that I was going to talk about, but I'm already nearing 15 minutes, and I mean, there's going to be some music breaks and shit, so first of all, welcome back to the Hymnus podcast. This is episode 22. And this episode, Alexander, not Sander, but Alexander, my Russian roommate, and Sam, the composer for the show, came on, and we kicked back some beers and we talked loads of shit. And if you would like to partake in all of the shit that I spread, I prefer to hang out on Twitter because it's easier to get away with posting shit that is politically incorrect there, where you don't have any family members stalking your page, or friends that actually know you. You can just shit post there and that's it. So yeah, I use Twitter a lot right now. I finally got it, so follow me there, which is twitter.com/the Hedonist Pod. And the Facebook address, I've been sloppy updating that. I am going to try to take care of that either tonight. Shit, it's almost 5 in the morning. Fuck that. I'll take care of that tomorrow then. Anyway, like us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/The Hedonist Podcast. Yes, I got a lisping there. Oh, fuck. I do hope that you guys find it entertaining that I sound like a retard every once in a while. As always, the intro music is Makeshift or Sam. I don't really know how you guys want to know him, but you guys fucking choose. Also, a couple of friends from back in Sweden will be featured as fucking break music today. Some proper fucking metal. They're called the day. I can't fucking speak. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I will read it just to be fucking certain. Daedalus. Daedalus. Fucking hell, I'm a retard today. Might be that you are up at 5 in the fucking morning recording a fucking podcast, you stupid piece of shit. The song's name, anyway, is Beneath the Steel Sky. And I will include links one way or another in the descriptions. And if I can't attach it to the Spreaker one, I will attach it to the YouTube one. And yeah, I have a YouTube channel where I archive this shit. I don't know the address by heart. Why didn't I open this earlier? Because I'm a fucking retard. Let's see here. I'm YouTubing my own fucking channel. Fuck. It's a bunch of songs and they look terrible. I mean, I have no idea. Here we go. Right, I will include this one as well because I'm not going to take my time to sit and fucking read that out loud. It's youtube.com/channel and then fuck it. I will just fucking include it in the description as well. Shit. Anyway, enjoy this fucking podcast. I'm gonna go to bed. Bye. Right away and get started. Yeah. Welcome back, Sam. Again. Hello. You're basically a co-host now.
Yeah, really.
And welcome also, Alexander.
Hello.
Alexander Alexandrovich.
Shut up.
How have you been?
I've been fine, there.
No, very good.
This is also the first time I've ever been on The Hedonist with Alex himself.
Oh, that's true.
I've listened to some of yours, but I've never actually been on the show with you, so it's fun. It's fun to see you here.
Absolutely. It's fun to see you too, Sam.
Yeah.
No, and as usual, if you take offense by anything, stick around, let us know what it is, and we will carefully let you know how you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, just personal advice on the best way to go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's, guys.
Yeah.
New Year's, right?
Years? New Year's?
New Year's, didn't you?
Is
know?
multiple? What is it? 2017 now? It was 2 years that passed.
Yes. Actually, it was 5 years that passed.
No,
at once.
it's just been
God, I was in a coma, wasn't I?
Yeah.
No, it's just been so long since the last episode that
Oh yeah.
it
true,
feels like
true,
years.
True, yeah.
In reality, today we have to celebrate the end of actually two 2015s. The real 2015 that we've all lived through with shitty hoverboards.
Yeah, hoverboards that weren't even
Oh
hoverboards.
my
Yeah,
goodness. Not even hoverboards, self-combustion boards. I call them.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the video of it exploding?
Not just video of it exploding, pictures, millions of pictures.
Yeah, of them just blowing the fuck up.
And the end of fictional 2015 that we had in the famous, beloved series of Back to the Future.
Oh,
because
true,
this thing
true.
is past now.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
never
yeah,
got
yeah,
the real
yeah.
hoverboards or hover cars.
No.
I would love to visit Cafe 80s. Then I would pay a fortune to get this Pepsi bottle. Because that looked amazing at the time.
Yeah.
Has anyone started wearing their pants inside out?
No one has.
Oh my
no.
God, shit.
So I
got to start doing that.
I read something really interesting about those hoverboards, quote unquote, hoverboards. Apparently, they are the most likely thing to be stolen in the world now.
No.
In the world, because it's an easy come up of $300 to $600. All you do is kick somebody off it, pick it up, and hop into a car.
I would still say that Porsche Cayenne is number one in Russia.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Really?
still takes
Well,
it down.
there was like a poll that happened that in low-income neighborhoods, the most common thing
Here's
that
the
was
thing.
stolen is.
Here's the thing. Look at that. In the famous animated film WALL-E,
Yes,
we basically see the future as it is right
Yeah,
now. Look at those hoverboards.
they look.
Hoverboards. First of all, roll boards. Okay, they use electricity to come around, right? So, so what are you gonna do now? Seriously.
Yeah.
We have the reality of WALL-E happening right now. Damn it! On the college campus, on college campuses across the United States, more people get injured by hoverboards
Yeah.
than weapons.
Yeah.
God, how can people still? I don't see why guns shouldn't be banned. But at the same time,
I
mean,
don't
like
think
it's
it should be
ridiculous.
banned.
Everyone should be
I
given
don't think it
muskets.
should be
We already
banned. I think
established
you
that
should just
everybody
have
should get a
laws.
musket.
Yes.
That's it.
Everyone should have a musket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone should have a musket. But look at that. There are more people injured and heavily injured by a hoverboard than anywhere else. And it's still number one Christmas present.
Wow.
How?
People are idiots.
Yeah.
By the way, I read something fascinating earlier today when I woke up around 4:30 p.m. I went online and I saw that Congress uses... he wants the window down.
Yeah.
Congress basically throws in gang violence to jack up mass shootings around the nation.
What happened now?
To keep the numbers of mass shootings up, to keep people in a perpetual fear of firearms,
Right.
they are including gang violence as mass shootings, just to be able to say that there are 376 mass shootings instead of 4.
Oh, I
But that's
see.
fucked up.
That is very fucked up.
Yeah.
And mass shooting as in domestic terrorism. This is discounting the international acts of terrorism as that
Yeah.
done in Texas or San Bernardino.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's one more place.
So wait, you're saying that they all put it under the same category. Therefore, if
Well, they're just trying to promote their cause.
if tomorrow you wake up and shoot your wife with a shotgun, you're a part of ISIS.
Yeah, you're part of a terrorist.
No.
organization.
Well,
Well, it's gang violence. I
gang
think, so it's-
violence. If
yeah.
you belong in a gang and you have a shootout with your gang against a rival gang, this can be cartel versus fucking Russian mafia. The way I understood it, and don't quote me on it, but basically, if they have a large shootout, that is counted as a mass shooting.
Yeah.
In statistics, just to be able to keep people in a perpetual fear of firearms.
Yeah. It's fear mongering.
I mean, given I am not saying that everyone should have a gun, because everyone should not have a gun.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
But
Well, did you guys see the South Park episode where everyone solves their problems just by pointing guns at each other?
Is it a new
Oh,
episode?
it's a new episode.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't seen it yet.
everybody gets a gun. Everybody gets a gun, and then they all talk out their issues with the guns pointed at each other's faces. Like the kids have guns, the babies have guns, everybody has guns. And at the end of the episode, the entire auditorium is pointing guns at each other during this
cinema?
thing. No, it's like an auditorium, like a football stadium.
Yeah. One of the assemblies.
Yeah,
assemblies.
Yeah. And everyone's like pointing a gun at each other, and nobody shoots, and they all talk through their problems, and then they put the guns away, and then at the end of it, they're just like, "Oh, we should have done this a long time ago. This is a much better way of communicating."
But it's actually an interesting point they bring up in South Park. Let's look at this from a psychology standpoint.
Sure.
Not everyone is ready to speak out their problems.
Yeah.
For example, especially even with their friends, that they notice that there is something they're bugged with, but they will still remain to stay nice because they don't want to offend their feelings or
Yeah.
what so. So
Yeah.
in South Park, they bring an interesting point. When you have a gun, they're not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I guess
exactly.
you know what, dude? I hate the way you breathe. And and basically at the gunpoint, they will not be able to do anything about it. Well, what am I now, to get shot because I'm offended?
Yeah.
Exactly. That is a very good point.
Also, there was we were talking about the mass shootings, and you mentioned San Bernardino.
Yeah.
The shooting that happened there.
Terrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
you know what the fucking landlord did for them? I think I brought it up in a podcast before, but
maybe.
basically the landlord teared open the FBI and police blockades just to let the media in. So the media went in with cameras, filmed that this is where he had the bomb making plant, this is where he kept his guns.
Yeah.
And they were holding up his passport for the camera, fucking credit cards, and it's
Yeah.
sort of like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah.
This is the result of what has happened with the mainstream media. This is why mainstream media is going to be a dead thing
Yeah.
before long.
Well, speaking of the media and this horrible event, did you guys hear about the movie that was being made about the shooting? Only a year and a half afterwards.
San Bernardino was this year.
Oh,
last year.
Last year,
Yeah.
yeah. Not a year and a half.
Already
Then it
last
was much
year.
even. It was
Welcome
even
into
sooner.
2016.
It was even sooner.
So wait, they're going to make a movie about
They
San
were going to make a
Bernardino
horror
shooting?
movie.
About San Bernardino
Yeah, the
shooting.
shooting, and the
hell.
horror movie villain was the guy. And like, I have a ton of friends who live in San Bernardino, and they were posting like, this is unreal. That they're going to try to marginalize and make money off of this tragedy that affected me. Like this girl that I know, she was like, yeah, my best friend was shot. And there's this horror movie that's about to be made, and a character version of my best friend is one of the girls in the movie, and they're gonna make.
But here we are coming to what we were talking about earlier about being offended and everything. I agree that it is in extremely bad taste,
Yeah.
but look at 9/11. How long did it take before a fucking piece of shit show like The Fifth Shift, the fucking ambulance and firefighter series with the EMTs made it? Took like a month. Took a month before they had, firefighters down at Ground Zero poking about, refusing to leave, and all of that shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, this isn't a stretch. I would actually say that the makers have been very generous when it comes to the time in comparison to what people did for 9/11.
Wow.
Of course, there is fucking personal tragedy involved.
Exactly. Yeah.
But how much fucking responsibility are you going to take? I mean, be offended. Don't see it. If you don't like it, if you don't like the principle of it, don't fucking see it.
Well, enough people signed a petition to cancel the movie, so it's not coming out.
Once again, I just wanted to point out, call me an asshole, but I wanted to completely come back to the point when the landlord opened the roads
Yes.
to media.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Look at this. Why? First of all, that's a question of philosophy and psychology that I want to bring up.
Yeah.
When he let them in, he realizes that he will get all the media attention.
Yeah.
Why? Because nation doesn't trust its security. Because it is established in the United States culture, as far as my observation goes.
Yeah.
Look at the Fremont. Fremont. Remember,
Fremont.
everybody started to gang up on police because of the shooting. They killed an African American kid, It's been around since long time ago.
Mm.
Look at this. San Bernardino shooting. He lets the reporters in.
Yes.
Lets the reporters in because nation is interested in seeing distrust for the law enforcement.
It'll help their consciences
in this
their
country,
own bias.
Ask anyone. They say, I'm more afraid to see the police car drive by than a bunch of gang members pass me. Right?
But that is horseshit for most people.
No, but look at this. People are interested in seeing distrust of law enforcement so they could question the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said,
it's a manipulation of fear.
Yeah, and well, the thing is, they want to feel justified in their fears. They want to feel like, oh, this is rational, and then like, you know, so that sort of behavior is exactly what, you know.
But you know what happened when the San Bernardino shootings happened? This was first reaction on social media. I follow this. I followed streams of mainstream media, and I also have fucking Twitter up.
Mm-hmm.
And first fucking suspicion, yeah, it's a piece of shit white guy who's like a white extremist, and because of this, guns should be banned for all white people. And people just started going haywire, suggesting all kinds of crazy shit, that white people, especially men, were naturally born evil and all kinds of fucking shit.
But rumors and assumptions, it's what brings panic.
But second day, they were like, but wait a minute. It was not a white shooter. Actually, it was a foreign background. And everyone on the liberal side, I'm including everything except Fox News on this, because Fox News, they just reported the information they had. So for once, they actually did a fair job.
Right.
The other ones, they went like, yeah, we should not draw conclusions. We got to watch out for fucking Islamophobia and whatnot. And then when it came out that, yeah, he did it for ISIS, all of a sudden people went, yeah, I still think white people are a lot more evil. And it's sort of like, how the fuck do you draw that conclusion? How the fuck can you backpedal but still keep your fucking position?
Pretty simple. Federalist views.
Yeah.
Federalist views. Everybody
and people are gonna believe what they're gonna believe no matter what. You could like show an atheist, or you know, vice versa. You could show like a hardcore Christian. Like you could bring the atheist. Literally, here's Jesus. He comes down from the heavens. The clouds part.
No.
He says, he says, "Here's my laurel. Here's the water. I'm gonna turn it into wine." And an atheist would probably still be like, I mean, he could have strings. He could be lifted by strings.
If the atheist saw this Jesus figure come down from heaven, of course he would be skeptic.
Well, I'm talking about radical atheist or radical Christian.
There is no ideology behind atheism. There is none behind atheism.
Everything is about skepticism.
Everything is about a general...
Well, that's more like agnostic.
No, agnostic, you still leave the option a lot more open than you do as an atheist. Atheism is basically just the lack of faith in a higher power. It is nothing more. But you will have loads of people, myself included, especially when I discover that I've been lied to all my fucking life, that are pissed off, that will actively say that everyone who believes in this shit is retarded. I'm not going that far anymore. All I'm saying is that you guys are very, very illogical, and here is why. Have you read your Bible? Have you read your Quran? It is fucking filled with shit that is just evil. And that is what I do. I don't say that, yeah, I hate people that are religious. I say I hate the religion. I don't hate the people, because the people are just as brainwashed as I was before I threw off my shackles.
Well, anyway, my point was that, you know, people like, you know, a radical, or not, I don't know, radical is not the right word, but devout Christian, or, you know, a very like an atheist like you, someone very, very, you know, firm in their beliefs. It would take even more than the second coming of, or the third coming of Christ to make you believe.
Third coming?
So whatever. Didn't he wake up?
Yeah, but
was that the first coming of Christ?
That was part of him leaving.
Oh,
he was dead.
I'm a Jew. I don't know.
Yeah, he was dead for he was a Jew as well. He was dead for 3 days. Well, I would say he overdosed on some shit.
Yeah.
And then as he woke up, was the beginning of the end of God's son's life.
But come on, you can put on anything. Even you, I remember you shared that article about the Russian guy waking up after being dead drunk.
Yeah.
What do you call it? The second coming? Well, I wake up in the morgue by myself. I guess I go party.
Yeah.
So that what happened? You say? Well, you can claim
just a typical day in Russia, right?
Typical day, typical night.
Yeah.
Loads of people drink so that they are believed dead and wakes up in the morgue.
You heard about the boy who woke up in the coffin, right?
No.
Oh, what? You guys haven't heard this?
I'm sorry. That's actually common. That's actually common. You would be surprised, but that's actually common. It's a famous story in Shit, I don't remember which country I was in. I think it
You
was
need
either
to speak
Czech
up
Republic,
a bit, and you need to speak down a bit.
Okay.
if
sorry.
it was either Czech Republic or Italy, but we're in some large cathedral. And there was a story about a person who was allegedly claimed as dead. So they buried him. And at some point they figured out that the new... I don't remember what was the point behind it. I mean, people from Europe will probably... They will fix me later. But
Yeah.
the point is, they opened his burial, which was basically in the floor of the church, and they found out that the guy was sitting in his coffin. So he woke up. He woke
What?
up.
And there was like claw marks on the.
He got broken nails,
Oh,
and he was sitting in his coffin.
Was he
found
alive or dead?
He was dead already at that point.
Oh, so
I mean, so he was. I don't know what that's called, but yeah, people claim him as dead. They buried him, and then he woke up buried.
Okay. If
Terrible,
I'm pronounced
terrible.
dead, some of you gotta go into the morgue and just fucking snap my neck, just to be certain.
Yeah.
Can
yeah.
you guys
But
do me
listen,
that service?
here's the thing. You're. I don't know how it was with this guy. It was a long time ago, so there's no way of checking it. But with you, I need just to freaking roll in my bed to wake you up.
Yeah.
That's just what's enough. Like,
Yeah, but if I was in a deep coma...
Yeah.
deep coma, you
So-
snap my fingers, wake it up. That's how this was going to go.
The boy. So there was this funeral that was taking place, right? And this is even weirder because the boy had been what is it called when they go in the morgue and they fix your face like when you die all brutally?
They do makeup. They do
not
reconstructive
that,
work.
not even that. Well,
Cosmetics.
they did that, but it was he'd already been
Embalmed?
embalmed. He'd been embalmed. He was dead. He was fucking dead, right? And so at this funeral, people are sitting there and crying, and he sits up
Ooh.
and he asks his dad for a glass of water.
Ooh.
And the priest gets him a glass of water. He takes a sip, lies back down, and he's dead again.
What the hell?
On this issue, what you will find interested, I think there's
Speak up, Alex.
There's an indie movie
Yes.
made in Russia. I think it's called A Prostitute. So basically, the whole film is revolving around, I think, a group of 4 college or university guys who, after the party, find out that the prostitute that they've ordered is dead.
Ah.
So they try to think like what to do with her dead body. And so the whole movie is going about how they're expressing their fears and they're reacting on it. Like, oh my god, it's too soon. Like, I'm not ready to deal with this. I mean, like I'm afraid. I've never killed a person before. I don't know how it happened. And so what happens is that one of the people he says that he's like my uncle. He actually deals with problems. So we're gonna call him up. And this guy comes in and he's like, well, okay. You guys really fucked up, he says. So there is a thing that you're gonna do. You're gonna help me chop the body up to pieces. And by pieces, I mean you're going to literally disassemble the lady.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to deal with it. So those guys, they have the, what do you call them? The freaking, you know, the things that you pull nails out with.
Yeah, the tongs, basically.
Not the tongs, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a
And so
plier.
pliers.
Pliers.
So they pass it around, and everybody, because the guy said, we'll start with teeth. We're gonna pull out all the teeth first, then we're gonna pull out Joe's. We're basically going to disassemble her by bones and body parts. So they are like, okay, I'll do it. I can do it. And it goes like around all 4 of them, until the dude, I don't remember, I watched it like a couple of years ago. I think it was exactly the uncle who said like, oh fuck you fucking pussies, you're not good for anything.
Yeah.
He pulls out the tooth and the prostitute wakes up.
Oh my god.
Well.
And after that the screen goes black. I think, and I think it goes black, and the very next frame is the guy standing all alone in the room. And he says, shit, now I'll have to deal with all 5 of them. So he not only killed the prostitute to the end, he also killed all of the guys.
Including his...
including everyone.
his nephew.
Everyone in the room that were.
Oh
Basically,
my
that
God.
was the whole film.
Holy shit.
That was a very interesting, very intense situation. And this movie was absolutely brilliant. And now as I'm saying that, I realize that I completely forgot what we were talking about.
Well, on that,
Wow, we're clipping, Alex.
You really clipped the mic. Yeah. There's a movie that I saw that kind of reminds me of that, and it's called Dead Girl. And it is literally meant just to make you feel sick to your stomach. It's like Saw. You know, it's one of those movies that's just gore and like.
Saw wasn't that bad though.
Well, there's you know, like
Hostel was a lot worse.
Hostel is worse. Yeah, Hostel is worse than Saw. But I mean, Saw has some traps, like the one where you need like a pint of blood, and so they split their hands down the middle, and like at the end of
let
it,
the saw cut through
yeah. They split the hand with a saw down the middle, and it's just like both sides of it are flopping around. Yeah, like shit like that. Saw can get you, but Dead Girl, it's basically like this girl is patient zero of the zombie apocalypse, right?
All right.
And so
she's patient Z.
Z, patient Z. So these guys, these high schoolers who are like totally sexually depraved, totally fucked up in the head guys, bring her to this like abandoned warehouse, and they like chain her up, and they like have sex with this zombie, and like she starts like deteriorating because when they first find her, she's like fresh. She's pretty fresh, and she's like an attractive girl, right? But she starts decaying. And like,
they still fuck her.
Yeah, and they still fuck her. And like her arms are falling off, and there's like pus coming out of everywhere. And they're still fucking her. Yeah, dude, it's one of the darkest, most sick movies I've ever seen. And like
why
worst
did you
part.
See this?
Curiosity, really. It was just like, you know, this.
It's like that RoboCop film.
Well, I think I watched like a Watch Mojo,
Right.
and it was like top 10 most disturbing films of all time, and Dead Girl was like number 3 or 2. And it was just, oh my god. And there's one part where this guy like something happens where she gets like this huge like serration in her stomach, and the vagina is like totally fucked. Like you can't use it anymore, so it starts fucking like this hole in the side of her body.
For fuck's sakes.
It's crazy.
What the hell?
It's insane.
Who made this?
I have no idea. I didn't.
It was
look.
indie, right?
It was indie film. Yeah. No,
Of
it was not
course.
in theaters. It was no. Oh my god, it was fucked.
But
I'm sorry if that disturbed
It's a
anyone.
very interesting topic
no,
of the
no.
zombie apocalypse.
I'm apologizing to the viewers, not you. I know I didn't shock you.
You're not supposed to apologize to the viewers. That's why I do the disclaimer.
Oh, right. Okay, fuck you guys.
Cunt.
Yeah, I take it back.
Yeah, good. What was you saying?
No, I'm just saying that that's always what intrigued me about zombie apocalypse.
What?
I mean, like, you would watch all of these films and The Walking Dead, and you're like, okay, let's think about spermatoxicosis.
Spermatoxicosis?
Or whatever it's called in
What?
these lands.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
It's like, it's when man doesn't fuck for so long that his balls are overfilled with
You mean like you get blue
sperm?
balls?
You actually... Blue balls. So you get angry because of that.
Yeah.
You get psychologically affected because of the amount of sperm in your balls.
Oh, interesting.
So...
Well, I know that your body gets rid of it after a certain amount of time, but does
But
it?
that's not the point. It's actually, surprisingly, it is not just a physical need, it's a psychological need indeed to come.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It's the first biological imperative is to procreate.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly
To ejaculate.
what I'm against with the church, who says, please, withdrawal and whatever they call it,
abstinence.
abstinence.
Yeah.
I tell them that's psychologically it's unhealthy.
Yeah.
It's unhealthy not to come.
Are they not? They're not allowed to masturbate if
No.
they're abstinent.
Abstinence is complete
everything.
Sexual just-
abstinence.
Oh.
No
It's just-
kissing, no
Well, I mean
touching
that
yourself.
makes a lot of sense. This is what we were talking about earlier. That makes a lot of sense for all the Catholic priests that molest the children because
Yeah.
they're sexually depraved. And if it does have psychological impacts, that would explain a lot
not
of
only
that.
that.
You know?
I mean, people become priests that molest children because they were most likely molested by priests as children as
Oh,
well.
yeah,
And
yeah.
this in some cases this has created basically a misfiring in the brain that becomes permanent, which is that it's
Well,
okay,
you're
it
young and
happened
you're
to me,
impressionable. You know.
So I mean, it's the power of the priesthood that, especially towards
And
children,
these are
that
men they
attracts them.
respect as
Yeah.
well. You know, so it's like
They're
it's like
forced to respect them.
There's a quote that I heard that sort of sums that up pretty well, and it's like, if you ever meet somebody who always apologizes for everything, like they'll get you a gift and be like, sorry if it's not, like what you want, like people who always apologize for everything, you know that there was somebody in their life that they respected that told them that they should be, told them something that made them feel sorry forever. Like somebody that they respected that said, "Oh, you're not worth anything." And it's sort of like that. When you hear that at a young age, or anything like that, that's just one example, but anything like that, it can really fuck you up later on, and for a long time.
It's actually a story that was I probably should mention that was connected with my mother, I think.
Yeah.
Because I don't exactly remember the story itself and who was involved, but my mother told me, so I'll associate it with her. That she had a nanny.
Right.
And this nanny, she was an old woman, so she went through the Second World War.
All right.
And my mother, she was you know how kids are, right?
Yeah.
So my mother, she liked the jam. Jam, the
fruit spread?
Like fruit spread.
Oh,
yeah,
for like peanut butter and jelly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Jam.
Yeah,
jam. Jam. I thought you said gym, like the gym, like working out. Yeah.
J-A-M.
Yes.
So when this nanny was at home, she would go to the can, and she would sneakily take it because it was so good. She loved it.
Okay.
And this woman, she went through the Second World War, so you have to understand the psychology behind it. When this nanny found, this nanny, she said, "You cannot have it ever."
Interesting.
And my mother, you know how psychology works with kids or with pretty much anyone else. The forbidden fruit is the tasty.
Yeah, it is the tastiest.
So my mother, she would sneakily get the jam, and one time nanny caught her.
Oh.
So, and you know how this very old parental method is, especially when parents catch
the rod, spoil the child.
No. What I'm saying is that if they catch you doing something that you forbid them, you have to do it at full. So, especially with kids who are smoking, they make you smoke
an entire pack.
She made my mother eat the whole 3-liter can.
Oh man!
So this can was ginormous. My mother was crying, saying, "I can't do this anymore," and the nanny was still pushing her to do that.
Yeah.
The reasoning. I understand the reasoning behind the woman, because she went through the World War. Starvation.
Yeah.
She was sitting through, my grandmother told me stories that they didn't have any meat to make soups, so they actually had to kill rats and use rat meat to make soups.
Yeah.
So during that time, especially in
Russia,
and
potatoes. It's always
especially
potatoes.
in Soviet Russia, potatoes and rat meat.
Yeah.
That's kind of soup they ate.
Yeah.
That's kind of soup they've been feasting on. That was the tastiest
thing. Oh, and
thing.
cabbage. It was cabbage, potatoes, and any meat they could find.
Any meat they could find, exactly. Cats, pigeons, whatever.
Yeah.
It's actually famously discussed in a book called City of Thieves. Have you ever read it?
I've never read it, no.
It's a book about the blockade St. Petersburg. And it touches the topic of cannibalism as well.
Yeah.
You could, if you research on St. Petersburg under blockade, you can find many people saying that there was a famous story. One woman said that they were walking through St. Petersburg and they got tired. They sat on the snow.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a dead person.
Oh man,
shit.
So they were sitting on it and they warmed that so much that the layer of snow have tied. The snow had
it melted.
It melted, and they found there was a dead person under it.
Oh man.
That's how bad it was in blockade Leningrad.
Yeah.
And so once again, coming back to woman, I understand the reasoning because she was psychologically established in a sense that you cannot just waste shit.
Yeah.
So she tried to teach my mother that you can't waste stuff. If you start wasting, you better fucking finish it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's going to be really bad. That's why in Russia, for example, and in most Nordic countries that were affected by war very much, parents would not allow you to get out of table unless you finish your meal until the last bit. They will tell you the whole power is in the last bite.
Yeah.
So you have to finish everything because, people suffered.
Yeah.
People suffered.
Yeah.
That's the and
my father had a similar story.
Yes.
Yeah, I just have to tell something about smoking and finishing.
Yeah. Continue.
My mother, when she caught me smoking, I was 16 or 17, I think. She was like, "Yeah, you're gonna smoke the whole package in front of me." And then the phone rang, and this was before you had cordless phones.
Oh, and
so she went in, and I just stitched him down my fucking shirt sleeve.
Oh.
I had this huge fucking hoodie on, and I just dumped it down my fucking sleeve. And then she was on the phone forever. And I kept on. I relit. I smoked like 4 out of 20 smokes. But it took a lot of time. And when I came in, she was still on the phone.
Yeah.
So I showed her the empty pack, and we sat down, and then I went to the restroom. I put my cigarettes away in my room.
Yeah.
And then I went out, and as we were sitting watching television together, she was like, I'm going to have a smoke. And I was like, yeah, can I have one? And she just fucking gave up. It was sort of like I forced him to smoke an entire pack.
And now he's addicted.
You abuse your mother's guilt. You're
Yes,
such an
I know.
asshole. You're such an asshole.
So my father, it's much like the jam story. And so, my father, Jews are known to be very stingy. But what we really are is terrified of poverty. We're scared of being poor, because of our roots, because of where we come from. And that fear of poverty goes, down the line. My father's father, my father's father's father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and they all were taught the same thing by their parents, who were all Russian immigrants, which is waste not, want not, Yeah. And so, my father, he actually grew up in poverty. And his father was not, he was never around, and his mother was batshit crazy. So there was one time where they didn't really want to deal with him and his brother Joe, my uncle Joe, and so they.
Sounds like a mafia film. Hey, my Uncle Joey.
My Uncle Joey, yeah, Joey. No, my Uncle Joe, yeah, he's the record producer.
Ah, cool.
He's the guy I know who gave me my synthesizer. Yeah.
Nice.
But anyway, so there was a day where the father and mother just up and left, and left my father, who was maybe like 6, and his brother Joe, who was like 10, just in the house for like a month and a half.
What?
And
the
food, the food ran out. They couldn't go to school, and my father's father's mother, so my great grandmother.
Yeah.
She stopped by the house to I don't know. She was dropping off something, and she came inside and she found my father and his brother sitting under the table with a chocolate bar. And they'd been splitting the chocolate bar just bite by bite every day, and they each got 2 bites a day. At that point, they'd made that chocolate bar last about a week. And they were sickly, and they were just swollen eyes, and she came in and she just fucking lost it. Because they loved the grandmother, but they didn't know how, they didn't have a telephone. They didn't have a telephone, they didn't have any way of contacting anyone, So yeah, they were just sitting there.
What the fuck? Your grandparents in that case, what had they done? Where did they go?
They're dead now.
Yeah, but what happened?
I don't know. My dad doesn't really like to talk about it. Which is understandable. I totally understand that. It's traumatic as hell. But he told me about that because, it's funny because my dad is really stingy, but at the same time he has the right idea. He really does have the right idea. And I use stingy very lightly. He helps me out a lot. He really does. He helps me out a lot. But I mean, we don't really have a lot. He's made me very not materialistic at all. I don't have posters in my room. I have a GameCube with 1 game. Most guys my age have tons of video games. You guys have tons of video games. I have Super Smash Brothers, and that's it. And I just got that game. My GameCube was just sitting growing dust. That's. I don't have a lot of possessions, and that's just from my father, because my father doesn't either. And so yeah, that's one of the things that is passed down in a ton of Jewish families.
Okay, I'm going to make a prediction before we should take a piss break.
Mm-hmm.
But my prediction is that when you hit the big time, you're basically going to start buying fuck tons of shit.
Yeah.
And you're going to be a hoarder at the same time. So your big mansion that I'm going to visit down in LA is basically going to look like a Hoarders episode.
Oh, man. Honestly, it's going to happen. You're right. Because I feel like I'm actually not related to my parents. I'm adopted.
Yeah.
And so I do not have that Jewish feeling of the thing is I'm not materialistic, but at the same time, If I could afford it, I would be. You know, I would totally spoil myself all the fucking time. I'd have everything.
That's exactly what we people dream about. If we ever get to stumble upon a case of $1 million, what will we do with it?
Everything. Well, the thing is, I would split it. I'd say I give myself 500,000, and I give the rest of it to my friends and family. You know, I give like each of my friends like 50K. You know,
I'd be down for that.
Yeah. And like I'd take 500,000 for myself and like give the rest of it to I'd give some of it to charity.
I'm charity.
Well, you're getting some too.
Yes, and I'm charity. You should give all charity money to me.
No,
and I'll make sure it's spent wisely.
Yeah, on cocaine, right?
That's actually the question.
Absolutely.
I should probably mention that this is a question that I've been asking myself. I've been just thinking about it philosophically a lot.
Sure.
If anyone were to offer me a large sum of money for nothing, I would always ask them before I accept it, do you really want to do this, and why?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, something inside me, it doesn't allow me to take free stuff. I can't just take a free thing. Like, even it happened at campus of Foothill College. It happened that they said free stuff.
Yeah.
So I came in, and I was like, free?
Why are you doing this?
Not why are you doing this. It wasn't exactly a question. What do you mean by free? But that's actually going to another topic. Is that not everything that's said is free is actually free.
Of course not.
So what I'm saying, for example, here at college it happened. I came
in
and I said free sandwiches.
Oh, free sandwiches.
So I came up and I was like, are they free? Like, yeah. And I said, okay, can I have one?
And then they came.
And then they say, well, you have to play a game. I'm like, okay, I play a game. I come back. I play the game. Can I have my sandwich? Like, you have to win it.
Oh, that's fucking horseshit.
And I was like, well, okay, here's my most favorite / hateful topic.
Yeah.
False advertisement.
Oh, yeah. Let's come back to that after a pee break.
Yes.
Because I would love to hear your opinion on
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Just tell us what you just told us.
So I have this friend that we play Grand Theft Auto online with, Bryce. So we figured out this little situation that you probably haven't lived if you haven't driven around in a minigun limo while listening to Move Like Jagger.
Oh, that is a fair point.
That is so hysterical. I mean, like, this
Yeah.
is the most fun I've had in a very long time.
So before the break, you were going to talk
Yeah.
about your least favorite thing in the world.
Oh yeah, the false advertisement.
False advertisement.
So,
You-
false advertisement.
Sorry, I took over host there for a second.
That's all right.
Understandable.
That's all right.
So what I'm saying is that I just want to bring an example. I went to Portland recently.
Speak up a bit.
I went to Portland recently, and there is 2 stores located very next to each other.
Okay.
One of them is Apple Store.
Yeah.
Another one is Microsoft Store.
Mm.
They're located not just next to each other, on the same very street.
Okay.
And obviously Apple Store in this pompous giant building with everything glass that you can see through it.
Yeah, of course.
And Microsoft is just it's just like it's like a small attachment to some building which is probably an apartment complex.
Yeah.
It's tiny. So I went into the Apple Store. Well, obviously Christmas time, New Year's time, it's
Yeah.
crowded.
Yeah.
So you can't get any service, anything. We went in to fix my girlfriend's laptop. It had a broken screen.
Yeah.
And we tried to figure out why one of the iPhones she has doesn't turn on.
All right.
Unfortunately, we were unable to get help that couldn't be unpaid.
Yeah.
So we didn't do anything there. But then we went to the Microsoft store, and my girlfriend, she's an avid Apple user because she's a designer. Therefore, she buys a laptop with a great screen that can run Photoshop rather smoothly.
Yeah.
So MacBook Pro 15 2013. This is exactly the thing that absolutely annihilated me. That she dropped her laptop once. She broke her screen.
Yeah.
And as we went to Apple, we found out, as Apple advertises, we provide the best customer service, easy replacements, blah 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 blah. $700 for a broken screen on MacBook.
Well, that's why you don't drop your MacBook.
I bought her. I've literally went a step ahead, and I bought step ahead. Irony. After she broke her screen, I bought her a protective case.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't fuck it up more than that.
Yeah.
Nothing happened yet.
Yeah, but $700 just
almost
for a screen?
$700 to replace a screen.
Well, she had a Retina display, right?
Retina display, yes.
Yeah.
But after it's a display. It's not even a
It's not
crucial
smart
hardware.
technology.
It's not a smart technology.
Yeah.
It's not a crucial part. You can basically buy a 4K 30-inch monitor for the same price and connect your MacBook to it, and you will have the same experience. She doesn't really need a laptop because she works in the university's design center. So
and they have computers
iMacs there
the best
with great
thing there.
screens.
Yeah.
They don't really. She doesn't really need a laptop. She uses it at home. Not a point. Another thing. I used to own an iPhone, so I gave it to her so she
Right.
could use it.
Yeah.
And at some point, it stopped turning off. Turning on. I'm sorry. It stopped turning on. So we did everything. We tried how they have this force reboot stuff. Tried that. We came to the Apple store, and they said, we weren't able to do anything about that. However, if we find if you can provide us with the information about the account that is tied to it, we will be able to replace it for $300. So
$300
for iPhone 5s. I'm telling this as of January 2nd, 2016. For iPhone 5s, if it's broken, to replace it, you have to pay $300. Some people would say, "Oh, this is the problem. My new iPhone costs $800." No, sorry, I disagree. When a model that is 2 generations behind, it shouldn't cost $300.
No, it definitely shouldn't.
It shouldn't. That's fucked up.
Then we went to a Microsoft
I love
store.
Apple products, but that is fucked up.
It is fucked up. Pricing there, I'm sorry, but I have to they make me assume that they. Oh, wow! I just remembered. I'm sorry. I just recently read an article about people who were more than 100 petitioners in New York filed what do they call it?
A lawsuit, class action?
A lawsuit against Apple because Apple said, speaking about false advertisement,
Yeah.
when they released iOS 9, they said it's compatible with iPhone 4S.
Yeah.
However, people who filed a lawsuit, they claim that iPhone 4S, although it's compatible with iOS 9, iOS 9 doesn't state that it reduces performance, but almost 100%.
Yeah, no, I have an iPhone 4S actually, and I updated. It's
slower than ever.
It reminds me of my original iPhone.
It's
that I
impossible
had,
to use
which
it.
was just slow as dick. Like, it was so slow.
I have, at least I had like an iPhone 3S. I think.
Yeah, I had a 3S.
3GS. You had
3GS, yeah.
And
Or 3G, I think it is.
3G.
There was no S.
He has 3GS. I have 3G.
Yeah.
I remember I compared it.
Oh, okay. I have a
that-
3G.
yeah.
I had a 3G, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first fucking smartphone that I got, and my
Right.
sister gave it to me when I was moving here
Yeah.
because she was like, "You can't live without a smartphone." Keep in mind, my sister's 9 years younger than me, and she was ashamed of me not having a smartphone. But that system that came with, I refused to update it because it works exactly the way it's advertised.
Let me explain. You will not be able to update it. I remember you have 6.1.6, which is impossible to pass after the the iPhone 3GS doesn't pass 6.1.6. And I remind you that it's iOS 9 plus blah 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 what they have right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that coming back to the lawsuit situation is that people filed because it is compatible. Nobody stated in the Apple that it was unbearable to use your phone after you update, and unfortunately, with current state that the OS has on the phone, like, you cannot roll back.
Yeah,
Therefore, people who are having iPhone 4S, they are either doomed to use a system that is
Not
just
supported
practically
anymore?
not support. It's supported. It is practically unbearable to use it, or they have to buy a new phone.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
and they know that unfortunately that's the only way Apple makes money, by making you upgrade your current device to additional payment. So
yeah. Because in all honesty, the Apple products that actually work are pretty solid fucking products.
Yes.
Apple TV is incredible.
yeah, they
Have you
work.
guys used Apple TV?
No, we don't watch
Oh.
TV. We only use the TV we have for the Xbox.
Oh, for
and,
gaming, yeah. Apple TV is fucking incredible.
And then we
Yeah.
also use it when we watch
Netflix
films.
shows,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, you could, like, with Netflix, for me, I have a MacBook, and it's fucking awesome. Like, I don't know if you guys know about Wine or Wine Wrapper,
Yeah.
but you can run Windows applications on your Mac with
Yeah,
relative
but-
ease.
As long as
WINE
it's it's with a single V.
with
I
a
think.
W. I think it's
It's wine.
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 Like
how
the
wine?
wine, the symbol for it is a wine glass.
So W.
Yeah, wine. And the wine wrappers, basically what they do is they just trick your MacBook into thinking like, oh, no, this is fine. Shh, it's okay. And it just runs the Windows application. So that's the music suite that I use is a Windows program.
Yeah. Which have you fixed it yet?
No, it's okay. So I got, but that's not the issue with Apple. That's me being lazy as
Yeah.
fuck. That's like it's not an issue with Wine. It's just me being a
Yeah.
fucking lazy fuck. I was playing Undertale today, not for Mac. It's a PC game, and I was running it, and it is flawless.
But keep in mind that is a very low performance demanding game
Yes.
as well.
Well, of course it is, but I played Fallout 3 on my computer,
Yeah,
and
but I
it's not for Mac.
I tried running the MMO for Star Wars on Mac.
What?
They still don't have a fucking thing that converts it for Mac, by the way.
Happened with me 4 years ago. Call me an idiot, call me I don't know what, but the thing is that I was like how you look
You
up,
need to speak up.
you look up to your cousins and such, right?
Yeah.
So my cousin, he's a programmer. He works in IT industry.
Right.
So I installed Linux on my laptop once.
Right.
Obviously, I wasn't capable of doing anything on it.
Nope.
I installed Vine. Not Vine, but Wine, and
Wine,
I was able to run some Windows applications. However, I also encountered the thing that you had on Mac. I tried to run EVE Online, and I wasn't able to.
Yeah. No.
This is 4 years ago, though.
Yeah.
4 years
Like
ago,
this is obsolete Mac
Yeah, but-
software. Like it's much better now.
Yeah, but basically, I tried it when that game came out to run it on a film editing laptop I had for one of my classes that
It
I
was
took
a
in
Mac?
Sweden. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we get to use these for personal shit as well during this class. We just need to return them white.
Well, they're cheaper because they have less storage. And so the storage probably contributed to the fact that you couldn't run it. Just because it was like your computer was just lagging too much.
No,
to load
the MacBook had performance that was basically double of what was needed for minimum requirements. So I could run it on recommended on that one.
Oh, that brings me back. Continue.
Yeah.
But basically, you piece of shit. No,
I am a piece of shit.
A little bit.
I'm sorry.
When I die, fuck it, I wanna go to hell, 'cause I'm a piece of shit, it ain't hard to fucking tell. Doopa-doopa-doopa-doopa. Go on.
Right. No, but I spent so much
Small
time.
interlude from Sam.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone.
No, so I spent so much time just trying to get wine to fucking work. And I installed it correctly. I followed all the steps you were supposed to. It didn't fucking work. So I was just like, fuck it. I'll not play this until I get a PC that can run it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where I'm at now.
I don't know. The thing is, like, for me, I got like a more I got a lot of gigabyte. I don't know how many I got. I got some crazy amount of storage on my Mac. Just because I know I want to
Yeah, play games and produce music.
Yeah, exactly. And with music suites, there's so many fucking files that come with it. Like all the sound files that come with it. Like half of my storage is taken up just by audio of samples. Like kicks and snares and shit like that. Like I download so much of that shit, and like 1% of sorry, I'm opening the window for Frederick. Like 1% of that audio is like my personal music that I listen to, like the bands and EDM artists that I like, and the other like 99% of my audio is just like
samples,
like different snares and shit like that, so that running a music suite and being a producer is just like tough because you use up a bunch of storage with that shit.
Yeah, but
but even still, I run Borderlands on that, Borderlands 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's flawless.
Amazing.
Flawless. Incredible. And there's no lag. None at all.
Borderlands is a game that came out 4 years ago?
Borderlands 2
Borderlands 2 came out 4 years ago.
4 years? Was it
4 years ago? I think it was about 4
well,
years
either
ago.
way, it's a huge map. There's a lot of rendering that has to be done.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's flawless. Flawless. I never see any lag. I never see any, like pixelation. When I'm, if I'm moving too fast, nothing gets pixelated. It's all pre-rendered. It's incredible. And I've never had any issues with my Mac because I take.
We should play Borderlands then.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Borderlands is one of the best games.
Oh, it's incredible.
Oh my god.
Yeah, actually, one of my favorite comedians, Ashley Birch, voiced Tiny Tina. You remember Tiny Tina?
Tiny Tina is so cute.
Yeah, she's
amazing. Oh my
so
god.
Ashley Birch is just as cute as Tiny Tina. She's adorable. She's so
was this
cute.
the stand-up comedian you showed me the other day?
No, that's Kristen Shaw.
Yeah.
She's the one who voices like Louise on Bob's Burgers and Mabel in Gravity Falls and other stuff.
And also Joe's wife on Family Guy.
Yes.
It has to be.
Yeah, that's her.
That whiny piece of shit voice.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's a market for that.
Yes, there
That's
is.
a character voice.
But I mean, that doesn't have to mean that I like it.
No, it's fine. I mean,
Anyhow,
it is her voice.
Back to the question of hardware.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
The fucking I'm looking forward to when the new generation of Windows computer has been out for a while and I can fucking afford it.
Yeah.
The Surface Book thing. Oh jeez. It looks amazing. Unfortunately, it's not as much as they promoted it. But however,
I've heard that.
I mean, I must say that they have outperformed themselves. This thing is practically the best laptop / tablet on the market so far.
Definitely, I agree. Even an avid Apple guy.
Even
I
Apple's iPad Pro doesn't even come on. Seriously,
close.
seriously, same amount of screen to the iOS amount of performance versus the full Windows 10.
Yeah.
No, you cannot do that.
You can't. Yeah.
I wanted to say something on hardware.
In Apple or in Windows?
No, in Windows right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have to speak about our brethren. I have an Alienware laptop. Of 2000.
Alienware.
Yeah, Alienware.
Speak
the
up a bit, Alex.
generation of 2013. So it's one thick piece of plastic / aluminum.
Yeah.
The thing is that it has 8 gigs of RAM, and I thought that I should improve it.
Yeah.
I bought myself RAM sticks. I have researched on the topic to make sure that everything is compatible.
Yeah.
So like 1600 RPM.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter. I bought 16 gigs. So basically two RAM sticks, 8 and 8,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to replace my 4 and 4 in the laptop.
Yeah.
So I get them.
Mm-hmm.
And my laptop is sitting there. I was like, that's the moment of truth.
Yeah.
I'm going to upgrade it right now, and it's going to
Yep.
run better than ever.
Yeah.
I unscrew all the little screws
Yep.
on the back panel.
Yeah.
I pull it out.
Like dun
I look
dun
at it.
dun dun dun
I
dun
pull
dun
out
dun.
my 4 gig sticks.
Yeah.
And I plug in those. I put everything back, turn it around, open it, spack, press the button. And it beeps. Beeps. And beeps. And beeps. And beeps. And the screen is blank black.
Oh my
So
god.
nothing is turning on.
Oh my
I
god.
freaked out. I was
Yeah,
like, maybe
yeah.
I fucked up RAM sticks.
Yeah.
So I pull them out, I plug in back my regular ones, it works. I'm like, alright. So that means that there's some problem with the RAM sticks.
Yeah,
Maybe I
yeah.
should do it one by one just to make sure that they're installed properly.
Mm.
I have nothing about like placing hardware and software. I just read lots of internet manuals
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
to make
like
sure
you
it
do.
works. So I said, okay. So I pull out my other 4 gig stick and I plug the other one. So on 4 gigs of RAM it runs. The computer runs. So I think, what if I plug this one and the 8 gig stick with it? It
Yeah.
should run, right? I plug it, I turn it on, nothing. Keeps beeping continuously. And that's when I started researching, and I found out that apparently Dell, because they're the ones who own Alienware right now,
Yeah.
they block hardware. Therefore, you cannot use any PSY or Corsair anything with it unless it's manufactured by Dell. Therefore, you cannot buy 16
God.
8 to 8 gig RAM sticks and use it on your laptop unless
it's made
they
by Dell.
are like made by Dell or sold by Dell.
Oh
so
my
any
God.
third-party hardware you are trying to install in your laptop isn't going to work.
And you already bought it.
And I
You
already and
bought
the
it,
thing
yeah.
is, I cannot return it
Because you took it out of the packaging.
I didn't just took it out of the packaging. You know what kind of packaging it is? The packaging in which it's like, you know, the most fucked up kind of packaging.
Oh, the
when you have
plastic-
plastic
Yeah, and you have to cut it. You have
vacuum
to-
seal,
Yeah,
and you have
yeah.
to cut open with a fucking
Scissors.
plasma cutter.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
nothing else cuts through it. You
Yeah.
open it and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating.
Jesus Christ!
How much did you pay
man.
for it? How much did you pay for the RAM sticks?
I'm glad that I waited until the price dropped below $100.
And you bought 2 of them.
They came in the package.
Oh, they came in 2. Yeah.
They came in 2,
twos.
but they used to cost $170. And I waited
And so
until
now you're
Christmas
fucked. And so
time,
you're fucked.
until Black Friday when it costed $70, and I'm fucked
Yeah.
because I can't return them.
Yeah.
You don't understand the frustration when you buy hardware that you prayed on for 2 years.
Yeah.
I kept it on my wish. I mean, I'm sorry, it's blasphemy. I have a wish list on Amazon, but
That's
I
not
had it on
blasphemy.
the
That's
wish
normal.
list for 2 years.
Yeah, man.
And
That
now I
sucks,
have it,
man.
and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I have to question Dell.
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
do you do this?
Yeah,
Why do
yeah.
you want your hardware to be so fucking annoyingly? Like, it literally burns my asshole how
Yeah.
bad it is.
Dude, I can feel the heat from your asshole right now. I can
Yeah.
just feel it.
It's warm. It's
and I
inviting.
can do nothing about it. So I decided, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with Alienware because Alienware is the Apple of gaming. I don't want to deal with the stuff that I can't use any third-party stuff to use it with.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree and disagree. Just because I have to protect Apple, that's like me. That's all I am.
What?
No,
Why
listen,
do you
listen,
feel
listen.
loyalty
Okay,
to
okay,
a company?
okay. Let me just say something about it, much more calm. I understand Apple's logic behind their selling point.
Yes.
I understand everything. I mean, like any other corporation / company, they want to make money. That's what they're pointed to. However, I highly disrespect when they don't allow third-party developers / manufacturers use stuff with their own fucking hardware.
Yeah.
Because this is frustrating. There is lots of amazing stuff that you can buy on internet, and if it's not compatible with your device because of fucking corporation lawsuits, it is just annoying.
Yeah.
It is not just annoying.
And
Sorry.
there's nothing we
It
can
is
do about it, you know.
frustrating because you expect it to work.
Yeah.
Those sticks, I've made sure that they're compatible with my motherboard and hardware and anything.
Yeah.
I've researched, once again, unfortunately, never I caught it that it says that that it's not compatible with Alienware. I've never found it because everything points that to it should work. It's like coding.
Yeah,
it's like coding.
Logically, it should work.
Logically, it should work, but it doesn't work because the company that produces the mother hardware doesn't allow it. After you spend money to it, so now I have to go and sell it because I have no other use for it. I have no other use for those RAM sticks, and this is frustrating.
It's so frustrating. I feel your pain, man. I mean, I've never experienced anything like that because I use Apple, but you know.
Listen, let me say something about Apple as well. You know Belkin, the main producer for their third-party hardware?
Nope.
Belkin, they make all this stuff. I have Belkin, a splitter that goes up to 5 other headphones that you can plug it in.
Oh, wow. That's
Once I bought a Belkin dock station for my iPhone 5S that I used to own.
Yeah, like
and
an iHome.
It didn't work.
What do you mean it didn't work?
What happened?
Oh, he just said, this device is not compatible with your dock station. And this thing cost me $100.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
That
But when
sucks.
but when main third party hardware manufacturer for Apple doesn't work with Apple, that starts ringing some bells. That was one of the reasons I called out from Apple. I'm not using Apple any longer.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
No, it's sorry. I totally understand that. I mean, the thing is, for me, like, I can defend Apple the way that I do just because it does not take a lot to please me. You know,
but you shouldn't defend a fucking corporation, though. It's a company. They make a product, and you buy the product.
It's not really defending. It's more like, this is the experience I had. I've had a good experience.
Yeah,
you know,
but we are not attacking you because
no, of course, no. I totally understand that. No.
But he's Frederick. I have to say that he is kind of right because it always comes to the perspective of consumer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My consumer perspective is fucked up because of all of these things.
Yeah.
His consumer perspective is not as fucked up because he didn't have all of these problems.
Yeah, and I'm not saying
therefore,
that
he's not saying that Apple is better than I picture it. He says that he didn't have problems, therefore he has no reason to complain.
I'm not saying that his opinion is not valid because I haven't experienced it. It's just, it's like I don't know, it just comes down to difference of opinion, and like, I can be totally wrong. I'm totally entertaining the idea that like Apple sucks.
Let me throw a nerdist in here. As Obi-Wan once said,
yes,
everything comes down to your own point of view.
Fair enough. No, but we've hit the hour mark, and given that it is soon 4 o'clock in the morning, we should
wrap this up.
Yeah.
Any last words, Frederick?
Any last words? Yes. If you were offended by anything that we've said here during the evening, let us know, and we will carefully explain to you how you can go fuck yourself. You
and
cunts.
how?
Yes.
Rather. Pish posh.
Pish posh and balderdash.
Hello, I'm Frederick Welcome to my podcast.
I'm going to have to edit there because you kind of gargled my surname. You cunt.
I didn't. No one understood that.
I'll listen through it.
I said Frederick.
I'll listen to it and then we'll see.
Okay, fine.
I will pronounce it by letter, so it is Frederick.
Yep. So take note. Get out your pens and pencils. Frederick's last name is Frederick.
Yes, rather. I just want to give my family, my mother especially, a bit of peace until she has to deal with the fact that she has an over-opinionated fucking son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
But until then, I just want to give her the peace of mind of not having to face the sins of her offspring as well as her own.
Alex, any last words?
Peanut butter.
Very good last words.
Thank you very much.
I agree.
Sam, any last words?
I'm sorry, German's punctured his heart because he could say.
Hold on, no, I got something actually to say. I got something to say.
Okay.
Very wise words from Sam there. And until next time, go fuck yourselves.
Goodbye.
Bye.
If you ever look to understand the Hedonist podcast philosophy, just listen through all of the episodes.
Oh yeah, listen.
That's a chore, but yeah, do it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
You got fucking 78 hours to spare. Just listen to all of them.
Yeah, I think that might actually be the...
We know that you're on drugs.
Yeah. Most of you, anyway.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
The North Star always guides me when winter skies are gray, and I wait for the sun when all are one. I shall not betray. Calling at me, I'm waiting when all are led astray. Carry on, my sons forever. Carry on, when